Welcome to the Arcane 24-hour news cycle. For this week's top story, we have Riot Games, which has decided to heavily invest in the studio behind Arcane. That is Fortiche, of course. This is a non-controlling stake, so basically, two members from Riot Games are going to be on the board of directors with Fortiche. Fortiche is going to have a lot more money to work with, which means that hopefully that their workers are going to be getting paid more, but also they're going to just generally have more money to invest in their projects going forward, including, of course, Arcane Season 2. Now this sounds like a lot of good news, but it might not all be good. The biggest red flag about this is that after the massive success of Arcane Season 1, that everybody is going to want to get in on it. And suddenly, Arcane might be beholden to the viewpoints and whims of a lot more producers than they were previously, meaning it's harder for the creatives to do what creatives do and make the show great. It's rumored, and these are just rumors, not confirmed, that Christian Link has the ear of very powerful people over at Riot Games, so hopefully he's going to be able to steer clear of that influence and so that he can continue to foster the creative genius that gave us Arcane Season 1. Up next, an Arcane cinematic universe. I've covered this in much more detail in another video, so check that out if you want to hear about it. But the Sparks note is that Riot Games is planning on creating a live-action cinematic universe based on the League of Legends lore. They have already hired people for positions necessarily to make the next steps to creating this thing, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this turns out. Because on one hand, Riot Games has an excellent track record of forays into new media, but on the other hand, an entire cinematic universe is incredibly difficult. And other than the MCU, every single cinematic universe that has ever been attempted has either turned out disastrously or at the very least incredibly shaky. Up next. Vi and Jinx are in Fortnite. Also in PUBG too. So if you want to fight or flight, fly a kite, run around mining diorite, then go play Minecraft because it's a better game. And last, but most certainly not least, we have Arcane Season 2 news. I already made a whole video on this subject where I did a lot of research, I got a lot of information to come to the conclusion that Arcane Season 2 is probably releasing at some time late 2023. However, I recently came across another piece of information that was tucked away in a little interview by Amanda Overton somewhere, that Season 2 writing process began almost immediately after they stopped writing Season 1. As soon as Season 1 was in production, they were already writing Season 2. They already knew this show was a hit, meaning that there was no downtime between these two things. We already know that they had already started working on Season 2, but it was much sooner than I had anticipated. At no point were any of these people like, hey, what if this is going to be a hit? We don't know how this is going to go. Let's see how it does before we start working on Season 2. No, they were right into Season 2. They knew this show was fire. Meaning that hopefully, just a little bit hopefully, maybe we get the show a little bit earlier, maybe, please in 2023. Unfortunately, there's still no chance that we're getting the show in 2022, but I'm hoping that maybe it's a bit earlier in 2023, we'll see. I'm Tunaholic, and that's the news. Reminding you to like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter if you enjoyed the video.